Okay, let's talk all important equipment. Now, obviously, there are many ways you can go with equipment. I would suggest probably most of you who are just starting out don't want to spend a lot of money. Um, budgets. I mean, times are tough for everybody. So you want to try and do this the best way you can, for the cheapest way possible. What I would say to you about equipment is please don't scrimp on microphone. If you're going to spend money, spend it on your microphone because it is the most important part. Because there is nothing worse than listening to a podcast and the audio is shocking. Because we're an audio medium. That is what you're doing. So please, 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 if you can, spend money on your microphone. Now, there are different things you can use. I currently use this is the Rodecaster Pro. Is it Rodecaster? No, not Rodecaster Pro. What am I talking about? The Procaster from Rode. Now, I use, as you can see, everything Rode. I am not sponsored by Rode. I'd love to be, but I'm not. And actually, behind us there, that is in fact the first microphone I ever bought years ago. I would not suggest you buying that microphone. That is what they call a condenser microphone. Don't get a condenser microphone. It picks up a flea farting 3 streets down. It's just annoying. But that is a USB microphone, so that can plug straight into a computer with a little thing. See, I'm not technical. This is not technical advice, okay? I'm just showing you what I use and what I might suggest you buy. But YouTube and everything, there's so many videos on this stuff, all right? So I recently just upgraded for this microphone. I was using, you can't see it from here, but I was using this microphone here, which is, again, Rode. Let me show you these on a different page here. So this one here. So this is the Rode Pod mic. It is a brilliant microphone. And it's not that expensive. It's $149. So in the scheme of things, for the quality that it is a great microphone. So as I said, I've only just upgraded to this one. So that is the microphone I used for literally 200 episodes or more than 200 episodes of my podcast. So you can get that for $149. Marketplace is a fantastic, obviously a fantastic place to find stuff. Now, I just did a quick search around my area. This person's selling a Procaster for $180. I don't know what they retail for brand new. I think it's like $270 or $280. And you could probably get that down. I might even buy that myself. But yeah, so that's what I use. So Marketplace is good for these finds. Obviously, with that, you're going to need a stand of some sort. Again, I use the Rode stand. I've only just upgraded to this particular stand. I was just using that one behind there. The only reason I upgraded was because I've just recently set up a little podcast spot in my room. You'll see there's another one of those stands over there, and there'll be another one of these pod mics as well that's going to be going onto there that I've just ordered. But of course, now this is my business, so tax deductible and all that sort of stuff. So that's, why I'm buying more equipment and setting this up for an area for people to come and record if they want. So yes, so I would suggest definitely a pod mic, Rode pod mic, $149, great quality. Get yourself a stand. I think those stands behind that one behind me, I think it's $170. It might have it. $160. There you go. Oh no, hold on. Oh, that's annoying. That's $161. Oh, that's cheaper than what I paid. So there you go. You can get one of these ones for $160. So, and that's perfect. That'll fit on your desk. Now, what you will need, that is not a USB microphone, though. Be aware that that's not a USB microphone, so that will not plug straight into your computer. Okay, so that's why USB mics might be for you. There's plenty of USB mics out there. These are just some on JB Hi-Fi. There's the Rode NT USB. There's a Blue Yeti. There's so many of them. I don't know the quality of all these microphones. So, again, YouTube is your friend to basically, because you can get one here for $79. So These ones might be perfectly good. I've just never used them. I don't know what they're like. So do your research on YouTube, but please make sure you get a decent microphone. That's all I will say. If you want to as well, you can also obviously get something like this. Now, I use the Rodecaster Pro 2. This one's a smaller unit, but perfect. I could easily just do with this. I didn't really need the Rodecaster Pro 2, but this wasn't out when I was setting myself up. This is fantastic because this means you can plug any microphone into this at all. It will work in this system. It's also, I believe, should have, you've got these button bars here, so you can put sound effects and openers on there. It's a phenomenal little unit. I love my Rodecaster Pro 2. I Bluetooth my phone through it, so you can do phone calls and things like that. So if you can stretch to $700, you might even pick up a secondhand one. I even think I saw a Rodecaster Pro 2 on Marketplace the other day for less than $699, and it was, I think they said it had been used like once or twice. So that's the thing with podcasting, because so many people want to set up a podcast and then they start it and then they realize it's more work than they thought it was going to be, and they give up. You'll find a lot of this stuff on Marketplace. So just search Marketplace, but do your research about your equipment, what you want to get. Again, don't scrimp on the key part, which is the microphone. Okay? As for when it comes to equipment, when it comes to editing, I use Adobe Audition. Now, the only reason I use Adobe Audition is because that's all I've ever used. It's the tool that I've just used my entire radio career. So that is why I use Audition. Now, if you don't know anything about editing software and you don't want to spend any money, there is plenty of free options. Audacity is a free option that you can use. Perfectly good. You'll be able to edit, obviously, your podcast on it. If you've got a Mac, there's GarageBand. I've used GarageBand in the past for a podcast. Those are your free options. I think there's probably more. But if you wanted to learn a new system and you're happy to pay for a new system, I would always encourage people to learn Pro Tools, because that's kind of the industry standard when it comes to this stuff. My audio guy, Dom, uses Pro Tools, and that's a bit of a pain in the ass because we have to export out a certain way and all the rest of it, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass. It would be easier if I used Pro Tools, but I'm just old and not willing to sit and learn a new program. So I knew Audition. It's good for me. I know how to use it, so we just found a workaround for that. So Audition, I just like it. It's nice and simple. Lots of options. We've got multi-track editing, so this is a particular episode that I'm working on at the moment for 1 minute remaining. Or it's actually 2 episodes in one. So that's what I use. But as I said, there are free options for that as well. I will take you through some editing. I'm not going to, obviously, again, this is not a tech thing. This is more about the process of putting out episodes. But if you're using Audition, you might pick up a few little bits and pieces through this. But yes, not a huge extensive, as I said, tech side of things. This is not a tech course. This is literally showing you what I use for you to use the same. Now, when it comes to rooms where it sounds good quality, some rooms in your house are going to be better than others. Now, I started off in a room over to my right here, which was very echoey. You actually hear it on the first few episodes of 1 minute remaining. You can definitely hear a difference in my narration and the interviews as well. A lot echoier. I moved into this room probably about a year ago now. Now, the reason I moved into here was because of, number one, I had these heavy curtains. Now, in that room next door, there's literally no windows in there. It was a dark room. But the trouble was wood floors, big space with nothing in it apart from me and a desk. So very echoey. Now, this room, even only up until a couple of days ago, had a bed in it. I've got the heavy curtains hanging from the walls, and I am sort of in a little study nook here. I don't know if I can show you this. Let's see if this will work here. But see, there's a little study nook. I've got this wood paneling behind my computer, and my microphone sits here. There's a Rodecaster there. So my voice hits this sort of. There's a lot of things on here, so it's not bouncing. I've got a dog, which helps with a lot of the issues when it comes to echoes. But there's a rug. Important. If you've got wood floors, at least get yourself a rug and some more furniture. The more in the room, the less of an echo you're going to have. Okay? You can, of course, do soundproofing and all that sort of stuff. I tried that in that other room. It didn't really work. You can do all of that, but you don't need to. So I literally, and again, but it's not the end of the world because I started 1 minute remaining in that room next door, very echoey, not a great room at all, but the show still did fine. So, but if you've got the option, you've got a small, especially if you've got a nice small room, if you've got a small study, fantastic, because the smaller the room, the more dead the sound is going to be in the room. Years ago, when I was doing a podcast, I actually set myself up in the closet, but I came out of the closet. I thought it was well and truly time to come out of there. But for a number of years, I stayed in the closet. So you can do it in a closet. Just put some clothes around you and talk. Depressing, though. Wouldn't advise it. So, yes. So that's basically Tech 101. Hope that helps. Again, you got my email address. If you've got any questions, feel free to flick them through.